And we're live.
Hi, my name is Philip. I'm from Real Estate. We are a property renting and selling agency in Pattaya. And in this business, we are here for last 7 years. And today I'm going to introduce a new, it's not new project, but for my customers, the investor. This is a new project called Embassy. And we are here in the projects, and with me, the experts from the developers who are going to share their experience and quality and why should you invest in Thailand and why this project. So let's welcome Mr. Patrick. I have a very interesting question for you.
Thank you.
First question.
Thank you for having me first. Thank you for introducing me. And it's good to see you. It's been a long time.
All right. Thank you for inviting us as well.
Of course.
And I would like to introduce first the embassy and the
Embassy Live.
developers.
Yes, of course. Of
If you
course.
can share some.
Yeah. I'll just give a brief history, of course, of who the company is and what the background is. So the company we're under the Empire Group. The original name before, gone back in the day, was called Matrix Developments. Okay, Matrix was developments. We have completed 14 projects, all in the vicinity of the Pattaya city area, from Jomtien to Pratamnak, if you're familiar with the big hill with the big Buddha. And of course, down in city centre, we have projects. We've built projects from high rise to low rise to resort style. We were the first company in Pattaya to start the resort style projects. Okay, the project name was Park Lane. Okay, this is the reason why you will see many other developers have building resort styles is because from us. Us as a developer, we try to be innovative. We try to think outside the box all the time. Okay, and that's why we can come up with different projects, different ideas, great ideas, to make investors and buyers extremely happy with their investment and everything like that.
Yeah, I would just interrupt you to mention about Parkland.
Yeah.
I have two units in Parklands.
There you go.
And why I bought this, when I was into renting, I saw Parkland is one of the famous project in Jomtien, and people just like that to stay.
It's the icon. It's the icon for resorts. It was the first one, as I said, and when we first developed that, everyone says, you'll never sell. Believe me, we sold it out in 6 months. 6 months, over 600 units sold out.
I was about to say that. I guess you guys were on time, and whatever was promised was
Of
delivered,
course,
so-
at the time, look, we're a developer. I understand it's difficult sometimes for people to trust a developer, okay? That's why it's important, like when I say we have 14 completed projects, they're all sold out. Everything's sold out. I'm with this company. The company's here almost 20 years in Pattaya. I'm with them, it's over 15 years, just gone on 15 years, so it's a long, long time. But my main focus is, of course, we have to build what we're going to show the client. And of course, the client, the investors, invest the money with us. So we invest the time back to them to make sure they get the return of the investment that's required. Whether it's for rental, we have a management there that will help them to rent out.
That's great. That's great.
Also, of course, for resales as well, like that. If they want to sell it on later on, of course, we help them with this. This is what my job is it's not just to sell the unit. It's to make sure the client gets what they're looking for,
Exactly. So, being a real estate agent, I get a lot of questions from customer like why a customer should invest in Thailand, Pattaya, and location in Jomtien.
Of course.
Those are the questions come. So if you can.
Look, it's a very reasonable question. Why Thailand? Look, Thailand is one of the most tourist destinations in Southeast Asia.
Right.
It's the main hub. Bangkok is the main hub. If you're going on to anywhere or anything like that, Bangkok is your main stop-off point.
Exactly.
So when people stop off here, remember the location of Pattaya is about 1.5 hours from Bangkok. So you don't have to, when you fly in, you don't have to hop on another plane or anything like that. And of course, the Thai people, they're amazing. They're very friendly, they're smiling. And of course, look, if you're coming from Europe or coming from the Western world, as we call it, it's it's cost effective here. It's for what you buy here, you won't be able to buy in a country in Europe or Australia or America for any of that matter. Like, and then why Pattaya? Look, let's be honest. Like Pattaya, going back, I'd say even when I came here 15 years ago, 15, yeah, it had a bad name. It had a bad reputation. Let's be honest. It was a bad reputation.
Yeah, we know that.
And to be fair, the government, they've cleaned everything up. They're making Pattaya more family friendly. As before, it was just like for the single guys coming over, having fun. We've all been there, like. But now they've made it more family orientation. The infrastructure is much, much better, especially in Pattaya. As you know, look, the government have invested billions of baht into the Chonburi area. The Chonburi area is like the province, as we call it. And in that area, we have Utpao Airport, okay, which they're making it more international. Now, let's not forget about the Suvarnabhumi Airport you have as well. So Pattaya is right in the middle. The location is unbelievable because you'll have two international airports within 1 hour of each other, give or take, which is unbelievable. Of course, then we all heard about the high-speed train, which is coming. It's coming into effect. Hopefully, it'll be finished within the next 2 to 3 years. The infrastructure has already been built, so that will decrease the time from Pattaya or from Bangkok to Pattaya about 40 minutes. So it'll take you. If you come from the airport to Suvarnabhumi, you hop in that train. It'll take
30
you,
minutes before.
straight on the train. You're here in Pattaya in no time. And of course, the roads and everything, they're making everything much, much bigger. The Lamshabang port, it's going to be one of the biggest ports in Southeast Asia, so everything is positive. It's just good things that's happening. And of course, we all know, like, about the casinos. That's coming in. And look, that's going to be a game changer, in my opinion, especially for investors who've bought property in around the Pattaya area.
So we're going to be seeing them shortly?
Seeing the
Casinos you're talking about.
Yes, they've already, from what I know, located one in Pattaya, I believe, Phuket and Bangkok. Chiang Mai, I believe, or something like this. Anyway, it's pretty much finalized. So it's only
You can see the change.
changed.
Maybe we should have a chance to try the luck. Why not?
Well, look, the way they're going to do it, I believe they might do something like what they do in Singapore, where they'll not easy for the locals to come in, so it'll be just generated for the tourism to come here. This will be like the Las Vegas, Pattaya of Las Vegas, basically.
Asian
Las Vegas, because look, you're in Pattaya, you've got the weather, you've got the beaches, you've got the food, you've got the people here. What more? Like, this is it's paradise already.
Exactly. I think you can see the example if you figure out this place in this become one of the retirement people's favorite place.
Exactly.
So
You have a
living there.
big look. There's many expats living here, many, and as I said, Pattaya is one of the most tourist, if not one of the most tourist destinations in all of South Asia because of its location, its proximity from Bangkok and everything like that. It's just so easy accessible for everything. To travel around Thailand, Pattaya, like
Living style also is good, luxurious, but you don't need to spend that much compared to other cities.
correct. The lifestyle is good. It's easy. It's a simple life, but you know what? It's a happy life, which is the key. Yeah.
If I may elaborate on the point you guys are talking about, me being in Dubai, by the way,
Yeah.
almost around 8 years, I'm Kunal, guys. So the lifestyle over there, it has its own ups and downs. But since I've been here for the last few days only, trying to understand the market, meet big developers like you guys.
Exactly.
And I've been walking down the street, and like any newcomer, right, you want to understand the market. From a 7-Eleven, like a supermarket, to a restaurant. Because it's a fact, they all follow Buddhism. And if you think about it, from the flight you take, the air hostess, to the moment you land, and the immigration, I felt like I'm at home. I'm not being confronted. I'm not being judgmental. Nobody's being judgmental where I'm from, what I'm doing, what I'm wearing. I find Thailand very relaxing, very peaceful.
Just to
They've been so nice and kind.
just to follow up on that, I like yourself. I've travelled to many countries, from South America to Africa to Asia, and Thailand does not no other country like it.
Exactly. That's why while I was driving with Kunal, he asked me if you get another opportunity to live in another country, which one? I say Thailand again. Because
Absolutely, yeah.
I have, yes, I was in tourism for 15 years. I still have business in tourism. I travel more than 20 countries, and I found Thailand is the best place to live.
I admire him. He's a fantastic guy.
It's so unique because they've different types of food. They've street
Right.
foods. Even they've, like when I first came here, like 20 years ago, it was very difficult, like to get cheese, yogurt, and everything like that. No, it's just simple things back in the Western world.
Right.
But Thailand have come up heaps and bounds. They've made it easier for the foreigners to come here. They haven't made life difficult. They make it easy for you to stay here. Like, do you get me? So, and they have like lots of opportunities for people if they retire. You have the retirement visa. They have the investment visa. They have the elite visa. So they've many opportunities.
Now we have the 5-year.
And the 5-year visa, the DTV, I think it's
Destination.
like,
Giving good
Des-
opportunities now.
Yeah, destination Thailand.
that's what I'm saying. They've opened the doors for a lot of things, and I have to take my hat off to them. Compared to other Asian countries around them, Thailand stands out.
Yeah,
Thailand
I think
is-
government they really understand what people look for. Where
Exactly.
they make everything to make the people's life comfortable.
Exactly. Listen, it's not perfect, but I tell you one thing: it's paradise.
Yes.
that's what,
Yes, yes,
that's what it is. And
Where did you come up with this name?
embassy, good. It's a good question. All right, look. All our projects, we all have unique names like Park Lane, Paradise Park, Orient Vision, and everything like that. Then we wanted to create something powerful, something strong. So our last project that we just finished is called Empire. Empire. It's a high rise. Yeah, just finished on Jomtien. Finished. I want to explain something about Empire. Empire is like what, 24 stories, 24 floors? 24 floors. Now, we started this construction during COVID. Investors were ringing me up, Patrick, what year now will you finish Empire? I said, guys, what does it say in your contract? He says, Patrick, it says December 2023. I says, okay, see you in December. And he says, you're not going to change. I says, listen, a bit of a flu or whatever it was at the time, it's not going to stop us. We have an obligation to meet, as I say. My motto is to make our clients happy. Okay, I don't want to use any excuses. If we can build, we will build. At the end of the day, and we found a way how to build it, and I didn't want to have any excuse. And lo and behold,
And it was delivered one time.
we delivered on time.
I'm sure you had a lot of challenges.
Listen, of course we did, but because we're such a steady ship, the ship is steady. We didn't fire anybody. We didn't let anybody go because we controlled them. We understood the situation, so we juggled it. Don't get me wrong, it was difficult, but we managed to juggle it. And we finished on time. My investors were saying, Patrick, wow, I can't believe it. You're the only developer, not just in Europe or in Asia or Europe. You're the only developer that are finishing on time during that COVID, because most of them extended for 1 year or 2 years. No, we finished on time. As I said, we had an obligation to meet. Hence, to go back to your question, the name Empire, it's a strong, powerful name. Okay, so for the new project, then we had to come up with something more powerful, because every project that we do, it's always better than the previous one we did. Okay, you have to maintain that level. And I'll be honest with you, we used to build projects like around 2 million baht, give or take 2.5 million. But now with Embassy, it's another level. Okay, this is like a game changer for us. Like, for example, Empire, beautiful project. Don't get me wrong, very, very nice facilities. For me, it's like a 3-star, 3.5 star, going on to 4. But we want to go to another level. So we decided to come up with the name Embassy because it's a name that everybody can recognize. It's a name that everybody recognize. And we have 2 projects on the go. I will explain. Well, Embassy, we come up with Embassy. The CEO, he says to me, Patrick, what kind of project will we do next after Empire, of course? And I looked at the market. I watched what everyone was doing. Everyone was building high rise at the time.
Yes.
At the time. And I says, right, we will go in a different direction. As I said to you earlier on, we think outside the box. And he says, and I said to him, I says to the CEO, his name is Mickey. I says, Mickey, let's do a low rise, but more luxury. I mean 5-star luxury. And also bigger units. Because as you know, you've been the agent, you're here for many, many years, over 10 years. Even us, we started, I'll tell you the truth, we're the guilty party. We're the ones that created the 35 square meter one bedrooms. The 30 plus square meter units. So I kind of wanted to move away from the 35 square meter units. Not move away, but I want to be more diverse. I mean by diverse is more bigger units, but more luxury. And I says, so we come up like 50 plus square meter units, 51 to 58 square meters.
That means all the you need in Empire is 50 plus square meters.
No, Empire is finished. Empire was 32 to 64 square meters, all right?
Embassy.
So Embassy, this is why I'm trying to lead up to the game changer. And Mickey says, do you think you can sell the 51 square meters? Absolutely. So we came up with another idea, which was fantastic. It was an amazing idea. I said, let's give people options. And he said, what do you mean? Let's give, because we have the big one bedrooms. Right. 51 square meters. It's very, very good space, good for living and everything like that. But then we decided to give people the option. The option was they can decide, have it the one bedroom or the two bedroom. And the price stays the same. No extra charge. Of course, this is during the off plan. Do you get me? So when people come into us, and at that moment in time, there wasn't any 51 square meter units in the market. Right. Okay, so when we dropped the project into the market. It was a project that no one had, but it was a project the market needed. Okay, and within 1.5 years, without no showroom, just a piece of paper, a floor plan, no showroom. The showroom just finished in December this year. This showroom finished in December. We sold 70% of the project. Wow. Like Mickey says to me, Patrick, how many units will you sell before the showroom's finished? I said, I'll be happy if I can get 25 to 30%. Right? I knew it'd sell, to tell you the truth, but I didn't think it'd sell this quickly, is because people, not everyone like high rise. You know what I mean? When there's all high rises, it's the same kind of thing, really. Right. But when you give a different project into the market with bigger units, better facilities. The facilities that we have, which I'll show you in a while, are like we have indoor swimming pool. We have like a high-tech interactive fitness gym. It's like this is all 5-star. What I mean by high-tech interactive fitness gym, you have all your weights, all the modern equipment that the people need, but we also have bike machines and treadmill machines where you can interact with other people online because you'll have a big screen in front of you. And on the application, for example, you can click London. I want to do the London Marathon. So you click on London and your avatar will pop up. And then you're on your treadmill and you run, your avatar runs. It's to make it more interesting, to give people more, like when you're on the treadmill machine, it's boring and you're...
Exactly. So.
It's boring.
This
so
way people will be more connected.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes. Because look, the technology these days, the technology is making us more closer to people, even if they're far, far away. So that's the gym in there, which is over 100 square meters plus, and that's beside the indoor pool. Remember, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're the only developer at the moment that has provided an indoor pool at the moment. Of course, we have an outdoor pool as well. Don't get me wrong. Of course, people say to me, Patrick, why do you build an indoor pool when you're in Thailand when it's hot? And I said to him, look, it can get very, very hot, and not everyone because if you're out in the sun for 5 or 10 minutes, like skin like myself, Irish skin, you get burnt easily. So you want to go in out of the sun to keep cool down, and you can still do your exercise and everything like that.
In a certain part of the world, people like for me from India, I don't want to be in the sun too much.
Because you'll go very brown. Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
I would love to have an indoor swimming pool.
Of course, exactly. So, and the Thai people are the exact same as well, because they don't. You see them with their umbrellas walking around half the time. That's to block the sun, because it can get hot. Exactly. Yeah.
That's
So we're trying to create ideas for everybody, so everyone can benefit. That's the whole idea.
That's great. You nicely explain everything. I think
I'm not finished yet, though. Because we also have like a Japanese style onsen. Do you know what an onsen is? Okay, an onsen. Okay, in Japan, the onsen is like a natural spring where you've hot water from the ground. So you sit in it. It's like whatever's lava underneath, and it makes the water a hot spring, like a hot spring, basically. You know what I mean? And you sit in it, so you've hot and cold and everything like that. So we're trying to replicate that, where it's like a big bathtub where people can sit inside and relax. It's very, very. A lot of Russians like it. It's very Asian like it. When I only learnt about it when we started building it, what the onsen was all about. So it's like, and we'll have saunas, we'll have a massage rooms and everything like that. And of course, we'll have the outdoor pool. But one special feature we have as well, which you'll see later on, I'll show you. On the rooftop, the project's not designed for sea views, okay? But you're only about 500 meters because it's 8 stories, 3 buildings. On the rooftop, we have like 6 jacuzzis with a big cinema screen.
wow.
So you can sit there with your loved one, sit in the jacuzzi, drink your champagne, watch a nice movie, and watch the sunset at the same time. So what we want to do, and plus we have a nice lounge bar, of course, as well. And for people work from home, we have a co-working space as well, like the digital nomads and because there's a lot of people now these days, they do IT and stuff like that, so they can do all of that kind of stuff from their laptop.
Digital nomad community is growing day by day.
Exactly, and at the moment, look, you'll see here the map of Pattaya city and everything for anyone that hasn't seen Pattaya and everything like that.
I
So
wanted to add a point.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking about having a nice movie hall, a theater,
Yeah.
or a nice projector screen on the top. And if I had not had the understanding and the knowledge that most of the projects over here, most of my friends back in the Bay, when we talk about Thailand especially,
yeah,
I'm sure people like you as well, are more focused on the safety. So
absolutely.
even if we talk about the recent earthquake, me personally, I just saw them maybe dancing a bit,
Yeah.
just a slight bit of shift.
Now, look, with this
Apart from that very old building, if I'm not wrong, which unfortunately fell
okay,
down.
I'll explain what happened. I'll explain everything because I know there's a lot of people, even I have my investors ringing me.
This was one of the kind of every investor who invested with us, they was asking this question.
There was a lot of
Is our project is all right? Is going to be
Look, unfortunately, when the earthquake occurred, because the main epicenter was in Myanmar, okay? So it trembled all the way back down onto Bangkok. Let me explain something about Bangkok. Bangkok, when they built it many, many years ago, it's built on like soft land, clay kind of. So when the tremors came, it would give it more because it's easier to shake. So that's why Bangkok was shook a lot more than any other city because it's built on soft land. If you look at it, you can look that up. What it's built on. They say Bangkok is sinking. Water levels are rising up every single year. But with the earthquake, look, it didn't do much. It did a bit of damage, but not that much, especially in the vicinity of Bangkok. Okay. The reason that building came down is, to tell you the truth, because they didn't have the wall retentions in or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's like a bit like Jenga. You take the stick out and the thing will just come crumbling down. And that's basically what happened. Every other building in Pattaya in Bangkok, was fairly sound. Yeah, there was a little bit of damage here and there, but nothing major to write home. Yes, look, a lot of people were concerned. They have every right to be concerned, of course. Because like yourself, I have investors here in Pattaya. They said to me, Patrick, everything okay in Pattaya? Pattaya wasn't affected at all. Because, look, Pattaya, I always say this, Pattaya is one of the safest places in the world for natural disasters, because you don't get any here. You don't get tsunamis, or you don't get hurricanes or typhoons or anything like that. Don't get earthquakes. No crazy days here. The only thing that might make the day exciting, you might get a big heavy downpour. Do you get me? That's about it, like, to tell you the truth. And sometimes we welcome that. Exactly, you know what I mean? So...
And after this situation, we have seen the difference of inquiry. 99% people asking about Pattaya. Bangkok is a little bit slow.
Of course it will be. It will be, of course.
Something
but
happened like so.
But if I might just interrupt in there, it's like what I would say is not even exactly Bangkok, because it's just been a couple of days back when I took a bus. I was going back to Bangkok,
Yeah.
and I had this gentleman, and he actually just buzzed me, and he was like, "Hey, look at those buildings. These are the ones where the swimming pool, the water was coming out." And I was like, "How far are we from Bangkok?" He's like, "Yeah, we have another hour to go," and we've just left
So
20 minutes from here.
yeah.
I don't think I would call it like the main area.
It just got a little shake and that's it.
On the way.
Yeah, yeah. So, and now we got all our buildings checked. We checked, especially the Empire, because it was the recent one. Like, and perfect, nothing wrong. Everything was sound, sealed. Like, you know, so it was perfect. So, if anyone was looking for investment, in my opinion, Pattaya is the best place at the moment to come down, and because now, like, look, I know I keep going back to Empire because a lot of my investors, or most investors, they want an income.
Right.
So they do for investment or whatever. Empire, for example, I sold many units there, like, but I gave to my client, he says, "Patrick, on average, how much should I get in Empire?" I said to him, for the one bedroom, you'd be looking around 15,000 baht. He says, "I'm happy with that." Like, you know, I was within the price range. I met him 3 or 4 months ago. He called me over. "Patrick, come here." He says to me, "You told me I'd get 15,000 baht for my rooms." Because he bought like multiple. I goes, "Yeah, that's gone red." Big smile.
You get more.
Getting 25.
Yeah.
You know, so I says, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, 20, not all of them, most of them 25, over the 20s anyway." Do you get me? He's so happy. He says, "I'm so very happy."
Let me add a point on about the Empire. When you pass through this road, you'll not see any other building or any other apartment or condo look like that. Fascinating, beauty, white color. Yeah. So customer like that.
Yeah. And the building is not empty. It's like 90% occupancy now in Empire. It's because, look, the market's buzzing here. Look, let's be honest. We're going to talk about Embassy Life, which we just launched there in December. And, like, again, just piece of paper. But we showed the people the idea. It's a high-rise resort, which I'll show you in a minute. Again, another unique building that you will not see anywhere in Pattaya. Once I show
How many
you.
floors?
This one has 25 floors? 25 floors. 25 floors. But it's... but location is fantastic. It's right on the main road of Jomtien.
When you're following this standard of low rise with 5-star service.
Yeah, this one is a 7-star. Okay, this is a different level again.
Different level again.
Absolutely. Yes. The facilities are second to none. Top of the range facilities. How we get the ideas is basically the CEO, he travels around the world or whatever. He stays in hotels. He gets different ideas from maybe from Mexico here. I got an idea from Japan over here. A bit from Europe here, and we kind of put everything together and we get what we call Embassy Life. The idea, the concept is black and white, like Chanel style, kind of like Chanel black and white, and it's easy on the eye. It's eye catching for this is okay. This is the cinema. If you can see there,
see that.
The rooftop garden with jacuzzis that will look out over. This is Embassy. This is the low rise that we were
so
talking.
big, you don't even feel you're on the roof, right?
That's it, man. That's it. Like, you know. Now, I'll talk about. I want to talk about before I talk about life because it's quite detailed to go into, and I have a little presentation that I will run through with Chief.
We can go in detail.
Yeah, in a bit.
So as I will like to ask another question as a customer point of view.
Yes.
Most of the foreigners, the first question come when they decide to buy is an individual can buy a unit, and why?
Of course.
And the foreign quota and Thai quota. What's the difference, and why should we choose to be individual, and why not open a company and buy Thai quota?
Good question. A lot of questions I get from people is, how safe is it to buy a condo?
Yes.
Or a house, or whatever it is. It's probably one of the safest places to do the business here. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. Okay. Yes, people have two options when they want to buy. Option one is we call it foreign name. Basically, very simple. You buy the condo, you get the title deed, and you have your name in the back of the title deed. However, when you buy in foreign name, I have to explain this to everyone because it's very, very important. When you buy in foreign name, and you put down the booking, for example, the deposit to hold the unit, and when you go, and then when you have to pay the contract payment, you have to send the money from your home country, from your current account, but then you have to send the money in your currency directly to Thailand, okay, and then you get the certificate is what we call the FET, the foreign exchange transaction, or in Thailand it's called the TT3 or Toto Sam. This document you will need upon receiving the title deed. Okay. Without this document, if you don't send the money through the correct process, it's very you cannot get the title deed or the FET. The bank will not give it to you.
That's TT is that's must produce in the land office.
Absolutely, yes. It's just to say that the money was sent through the correct channels and everything like that. The money was declared and everything like that, which is no problem. All well and good.
Yeah.
No problem. And then you'll have an other option is what we call a Thai name or Thai company.
Right.
Now, okay, people are saying a Thai company. People get scared. Because not scared, they don't understand it.
Exactly. Again, if I'm a foreigner and I have a company, I have to give 51% share.
That's where people get confused. Now, listen. Anytime I buy property, I only buy Thai company, and I'll explain why. Let me explain. When you set the company up, you become the director. Okay, the director will always have the biggest share. The director will have 49%. Okay, yes, I know what you're thinking. So, what about the 51%? That 51% is divided amongst 3 to 4 Thai people. So there's no one individually holding that 51%.
More than the 49.
Exactly. What you can also do to make you, because people think, but they can all get together and come together and then kick me out. No. What you can do as well to secure yourself is you can get them to sign a POA, a power of attorney, stating that the director has full control of the company. Now, when people buy from us, we will create the company for them free of charge. Okay? This is what we do to make it the process as smooth as possible. Now, the difference is when you buy in company name, you don't set the company up straight away. We only will create the company once the project is complete and ready for transfer.
Right.
Because there's no point to setting up the company now and you have to pay tax on the company. Now, the pros, I'll give you the pros and cons for each one. The pros for the company is you get a better price, of course, compared to the foreign quota. Right. Why? Is because when we build a project, we're allowed to sell 49% of it to the foreign in their own name. Then the other 51% it can be sold in Thai name or Thai company. Okay, so hence in Thai company you get a cheaper price. Okay, how much? People will ask, what's the difference? Usually around 800,000 sometimes. Depends on the project. Difference.
If I talk about percentage, kind of 10%, something.
I'd say even more. I'd say even like 15% more. Yeah. But the prices is much cheaper. The payment plan is much easier, and with the transfer you don't need the TT3 or the FET. You can pay by cash. You can transfer by crypto. We accept all currencies here, crypto, cash, everything. Yes, we will accept the crypto and everything like that. We have a system there, and then the next question is, how safe is it having a company? This is the main question that I normally get. I says it's as safe as you buying in foreign name. It's the exact same thing. Okay. The only difference is there's a little bit of extra paperwork, because in the company name you will get the name of the company on the title deed. You give us the name of the company that you call. We'll ask you for 3 names. The reason we ask you for 3 names is because maybe one of the names is already taken, because it's a legitimate company. It's exactly. And so you register the company on the title deed, okay? Then you'll get a DBD, which is the business paper, with your name on it as a director of the company. Okay, that's it. The beauty about it is if you want to rent it out, of course you'll get a better ROI than the guy that bought for an M because you've paid a lower price. And if you want to resell it later on, this is the pros of the company. If you want to sell it later on, all you're doing is selling the company paper. So, for example, if you bought the company, take your name out as the director on the business, put my name in, 1 or 2,000 baht, nothing.
Yes.
As in the foreign name, if you want to sell me your unit in foreign name, we have to go down to the land office. We have to pay 6.3%.
Yeah.
Because it's income tax, stamp duty, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of money. Now, in the company name, if you sell it to a Thai person, yes, you will have to pay the 6.3%. Is because tell you why is because the Thais don't need the company. You know what I mean? So they will have to register the title deed back into name, which will be 6.3%. But if the foreigner is buying it, the company, it's 1 or 2.
Only just change the director.
That's
become
it.
the new owner.
It's finish the story.
Finish.
Finish the story. It's very straightforward. The company is very, very straightforward. The downside to the company is you have to pay tax every year. Now the taxes are very low, between 12 to 15,000 baht a year.
Yeah, it's just a maintenance.
Exactly. So, like, look, that's why when people come to me, they will see the two different prices. And then I explain exactly how I explained it to you. And then they will say, I was going to buy in a foreign name, but now since you kind of explained it, like how simple it is, and I opened the company for you, and I will even provide an accountant for them, so they don't have to worry about to balance the books and everything like that every year. So everything's done for you. Right. My job is to make your life easy. Especially your job, and of course the client's job easy. Remember, when people are buying something, it's a joyous occasion, not a stressful occasion. This is a happy time, and for investors, you're putting your foot into Thailand. You're getting on the step ladder. This is an exciting time. I don't want it to be stressful. I want everything to run smoothly. That's why I'm here, because let's talk about the transfers for a second. We do all this for you. The clients don't have to go to the land department. We will ask them to sign a power of attorney. The power of attorney is stating that we will go on their behalf, so they don't have to wait hours waiting to get the title deed. Right. And we will provide this service for them. No extra charge or anything. You know what I mean? This is as I say, for building 5-7-star projects, I want to give the same service.
That should be the tagline of selling Thailand.
That's a deal
Because
breaker,
people come to Thailand to have easy life.
Listen, at the end of the day, people are investing big money. I don't care if it's 1 million baht or 100 million baht. I still consider it the same. Still treat people with the same respect.
You said it yourself, you have that consideration, which very few people have. It's a minor point maybe, but for some people, for me, it's a big help.
Of course, look, at the end of the day, people sometimes are apprehensive, nervous. I want to take away that nervous away from them so they can trust me, so I can show them how everything runs smoothly. I become their friend at the end of the day, because when you do business, they have to know us. And absolutely 100% transparency. So that's why we're everything by the book. We have all the right people in the right places to make the contracts, the receipts, all of this. It's fully functional organization where it's...
The same explanation I was talking with Kunal when he asked how easy to get transfer. Do I need to hire a lawyer when I buy something? I said, you don't need to do anything. Just manage their money. We are here to help you.
That's it. Look, everything's in black and white, and whatever we offer the client, it's in black and white no matter what. No, if people want to go and see a lawyer and spend money, that's no problem.
They can spend.
They can spend. Look,
a clear project like yours.
Absolutely. When I understand in Europe and stuff like that, when to buy stuff, a lot of vices are involved. There's lawyers. It's complicated. It makes things, because people want to get money. Right. Here, for example, you're dealing directly with the developer. You know exactly what you're going to get, because once we show you something in the showroom, it's going to be exactly what.
Everything is crystal clear.
Because it's not the project which has something for which you have to think. Is some people are just too skeptical.
Of course, and
It's not the project.
no, it's correct. The people are pensive, skeptical about. Now, the other main question I get: how do I know my project? How do I know you're going to build a project? That's because look, I'm looking at an empty piece of land.
Right.
Because all we're doing is showing the floor plan. Like, that's why the prices are very good for investors to come in at the beginning. Okay. I won't say high risk. Yes, there's a risk in everything. Of course, you know what I mean. Look, but as I said, we've been here for 20 years.
Yeah, that's how mostly we face the question about if I buy an under construction project, how I know is that it going to deliver on time. I say
I always say,
our answer always been like, okay, when you buy something for a developer, you should look for their past experience.
exactly, due diligence.
Exactly.
Footprint, simple.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, look, guys, we try to. We're not perfect, but we do our damn best to be perfect. Our intentions are clear. It's for me, 100% is client satisfaction. If the client is not happy, I'm not happy. At the end of the day, like, you get me? When they take the key and open the door, I said, "Thank you very much. This is exactly what I want. I'm happy." Now, there's one key point I didn't mention. I did mention it, but we provide remember I told you we provide a service.
Yes.
We providing a concierge service for our clients, especially in embassy and embassy life. It's a new thing that we've thought up. We want to bring to the clients, because you see in hotels, you have all this service, you have people opening doors and everything for you. So we want to kind of create a service like this for a lot of people, because with the projects that we build, you can spend your time inside the project without actually venturing out into Pattaya. You know what I mean? Because all the facilities are there. So we provide a service. So concierge service will consist, like, if you need a taxi from the airport, we can come and collect you. Right. Of course, you pay for it, of course. If you want your room cleaned, the service is there. Laundry service is there. If you want your room rented, the service is there. Or resell, it depends if you want them to resell. That service is there. It's like a one-stop shop. You want your groceries done, they will do it for you. They will do everything for you. You know, so we want to, as I say, we want to make the client's life as simple as possible. You know what I mean? We want them to enjoy all the amenities, the facilities, the swimming pools and everything, without having to worry about anything like that.
I think that's a wonderful things a condominium project can do.
Yes.
I think I saw you must be the first one to introduce this service.
I believe so. Now, after this podcast, I'm sure everyone will follow suit.
Of course, this is going to be
Follow suit. We have a team already in place, ready to go ahead. And one more thing, which is very, very important, especially for investors, we have the backing of Krungsea Bank. They support us for our last 2 or 3 projects, Orient, Empire, and now Embassy. Last week, if you were here, one of the main owners of Krungsea from Japan was here. We had an event for him, like a Sakura event, where we had champagne and everything like that.
Yeah, I was invited. Unfortunately, I was busy in other works. I couldn't
No problem. But this is what we're trying to provide, is make, even for you guys, because without you, we wouldn't have the client. So if you have a client, and if you're in Bangkok or wherever, I'll send a taxi up for you if it need be. You know what I mean? Or my van. We try to provide a service for everyone to make everything easy. Just bring the client.
So you made things very clear. So for us, we can try our best so that by
exactly.
people are reaching you.
Yes.
They all maybe have just 1 or 2 questions.
And it's very
rather than a bunch of them.
we're very transparent about things as well.
That's why I used to talk with my customer mostly. I deal with top 10 developers.
Yeah,
So that you get right project, right time,
absolutely.
right price.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how is the ultimate things we talk about. Every project we bring in our portal, our network. We
Absolutely.
want to be sure first, and I'm sure.
Because you have to trust the developer. It's
Exactly.
because at the end of the day, the investors trust you. They don't trust me. And then when you bring them here, then of course we build up that trust with the clients to show them.
Yes, exactly. When it's a very fact that when someone come from other country and they want to invest their hard-earned money, the first thing they see us. Okay, this guy is. Even I saw in a face many times.
Yeah.
If I involve some of my team member, okay, I got sometimes that okay. Would you mind to assist yourself better than sending him? It's like trust.
Absolutely.
So when somebody trusts us, then we as in we trust the developers.
Anyone that walks in here into our showroom, whether they buy or not, I want them to leave here with a good experience. This is, you know what I mean? I want them to walk out the door. I don't want them to feel like angry with us. I want them to feel, wow, okay, I didn't buy, but like they left a good impression.
Right.
That's what we want to create. And like, I want the people that work with me, it's like a family. Anyone that buys is like, welcome to the family, I say.
That's how we get every time we visited customers or our team. Thank you
And
so
if
much.
you think about it logically, now how the world internally is changing based on different examples, be it of politics, and the real people are understanding. Maybe they were slightly a bit not that smart enough to understand things.
Yeah,
Now, the more clearer and softer you are with people,
that's
people
it.
who have the logic will go for it. People who do not, they're going to spend weeks.
Look, we're not here if people come in, we don't batter them and force them into buying anything. We listen carefully to what the client wants.
Right.
And if we can show them what we have, they will buy. It's that simple. That's that simple, So we will not put them into something where they don't want.
And that's what I like about you guys. You've been so warm, so kind.
Thank you. It's a soft reproach.
It's amazing.
And yeah, and then anyone that buys, we always give them a bottle of champagne and stuff like this. We just kind of create that.
Like celebrating something together.
Absolutely. It's not just to say, thank you very much, see you later. No, as I said earlier, this is a big occasion for
course.
the clients and for the investors, and for us.
Yeah, of course, and we too celebrate when any client buy a project, and we celebrate together.
Because
Most of
I'm
the-
happy for them.
Yes.
They bought they're buying into a tremendous project, and they're buying with a good team.
Right.
And of course, we will look after them because I want them to go back to you at the end of the day.
That's
Because
also a very important point as a real estate agent. When they get response from developers, good response, good product, always they appreciate us.
that's the whole look. I've seen it so many times where people just sell and see you later, and and it makes me angry a little bit, because it's not how you want to be treated. Like, I've bought condos myself, and I see how people treat me really good. I says that's the way I want to be treated.
Exactly.
So,
Selling wrong product is really bad idea to
of course. So
everyone. Is harassment for the agent, for developers. If customer not happy,
So
You-
I want everybody happy.
right?
This is the most important.
Credibility is important.
Absolutely,
Words
absolutely.
should match your actions.
So with Embassy, yeah, as I told you, I've around 80% sold. Okay.
That's wonderful.
You can show the showrooms later on, which in
Not even started developing.
Embassy just started.
Started.
Okay, we just started to break ground. The machines and everything are all on the land and
Is
everything.
the delivery time?
Delivery time is December 2027. So almost 2.5 years from now, give or take. Now, we still have some amazing units. There are still 51 square meter, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. You can still combine units together to create 100 plus square meters as well. Depends what people are looking for. If it's for living, people will buy the bigger units, 100 plus. If it's for investing, I would always advise them to buy the 2 bedroom because you can cater to families and stuff like that. If they're just a couple or something like that, I'd advise them to buy the 50 square meter 1 bedroom because you have more of that space, the big balconies and everything like that, and the beautiful furniture that's there. So you have all that space. You're like compared to we have 34 square meters, which is quite very nice as well. But that extra space makes a whole lot of a difference.
Really give
Some
And a couple might have family planning.
better.
exactly. Now, so I've only about 65 units left. right? I'm going to be sold out by the end of the year. Okay, so the prices are still very, very good. Okay, because normally we do it in stages. They increase the prices to show the investors and everything. Because if they buy at the beginning, then we gradually increase the price. But we sold so quickly, we didn't really have time to increase the prices.
Yes.
You know, it was that quickly. And then with the success of Embassy, I had to come up with another project because I have 10 sellers to feed. You know what I mean? You know, so they're saying, Patrick, look, we need, and of course, real estate agents, even the clients will come, are you building another project? What are you building? What are you building? So we came up with Embassy. We wanted to keep the same concept because we were in a weird position where we built the showroom for the Embassy and it was nearly sold out. You know what I mean? So we said we'll keep the same concept, the same showroom and everything like this. Maybe we'll do a few tweaks for the better, of course. And one thing I want, everything's electronic in the project. Everything, the doors are around that thick. They're about security doors with locks and everything, and key codes, pin codes, everything like this. You know, so to make it's not dangerous, but it's just to give people peace of mind and stuff like that. So we decided to come up with Embassy Life, but bigger, better, bolder, higher, and more facilities. And people saying, geez, Patrick, how much more facilities can you come up with? So the idea, we know about Embassy, you know, it's the Chanel style, but Embassy Life is we were looking at it in a different way. Like, if you look at most developments, they have like big and powerful and everything like that. This one, we want to be more meditation, okay? Free spirits, clean the soul and everything like this. We want to give this people a sense of
More
lifestyle, you know, stress-free. Exactly, yeah. So can you get up the concept there for me? So stress-free, because we have like the facilities that I will show you now are quite unique. Again,
more focus on the health part.
Exactly, the mind, the mindset. That's what we're aiming to attract people is because as I said, we're trying to think outside the box all the time and try to be innovative.
Of course, you know, now at this time, you know, people are always trying to make themselves to do more peace. Peace is very important. So health and wellness.
That's the word I was actually looking for.
Wellness really needed at this time.
Go back to the location. Yeah. All right. So we got the land and everything. Fantastic location. The location, as you can see there, look, we're just right here. That's where we are. If you can put, yeah, there we are. Good man. So that's where we are. And we're literally a 30-second drive from here. Okay.
The same second road only.
Same road. The reason I say 30 seconds because you have traffic lights. And it's right on the main road. So you've direct access to the beach. You're about 300 or 400 meters from the beach. So you're not on the beach, of course, but sometimes, do you know what? Sometimes, it's nice sometimes projects on the beach, but when you're getting that view, sometimes you need to be a little bit back so you can appreciate the view. If you're right on top of the beach, you're just looking out onto the ocean, which is quite nice. Don't get me wrong, it's still nice, but not much action going on. Right. When you're a few hundred meters away, you can see things.
It's like a panoramic view.
Exactly, that's it. That's it. Now, I call this is like Embassy on steroids. Okay, it's one way to put it. So this is it. This is the building itself. Look, as you can see over there? Yeah. So it's a high-rise resort, as I call it. And I'll explain to you why it's a high-rise resort. Okay, it's one building, by the way, okay? But we categorize it down to A, B, and C. Okay, in the middle here, sorry, I'll do it over here for you. In the middle here, we call that building A. Building A starts from the 6th floor up. Okay, and you'll understand it as we go along. Then here we call building B and building C. Now, building B will be looking out towards Pattaya Bay. And building C will look out towards Jomtien side. Okay. Now, all of this area here, you will get sea views of some sort. Of course, building A will be direct sea view. You're looking directly out onto Jomtien Beach. Okay. Now, you will see in building B and C, you will see terraces with jacuzzis and swimming pools. Okay, so some is open to the public or to the residents, and some are private.
Right.
Okay, so all well and good. It's, you know what I mean. And then, of course, on the rooftop, we have a 360-degree view of all of Pattaya City, bay views, sea views, city views, mountain views,
everything
all sort of views. Yeah.
Everything is.
And this is what I try to tell people. Like, people come to me, I want sea view, I want sea view, I want sea view. And I'll say to them, okay, can I ask why? Just, no, I want to, because I want to sit on my balcony, da. And then I'll ask them, what do you do? What kind of activity? I like to play golf. I says, okay, how many days a week you play golf? 4 or 5 times a day a week. I says, okay, look, as much as I can tell him the sea view, this is my point. This is not how we work. Okay, even though he wanted sea view, so I turn around and says to him, look, I'm happy you want sea view. Great. But I'm trying to help you save money here. This is what you mean. I says, listen, you're golfing 5-6 days a week.
Right.
When do you get home? I said to him. 8 o'clock. It's dark.
Yeah.
I says, what do you see?
No,
And then he looks at me, he says, Patrick, do you know what? I never thought of that.
yes.
And I says, look, if you want to see views, you can go up onto the rooftop later on. Do you get me? And I'm trying to save you $1 million baht less. Do you get me? And he says, Patrick, I never thought of that. And he says, it makes total sense. Why? I said, why you want to pay a premium when you can get the same unit, just on a different side? Still, don't get me wrong, still a nice view. But I'm saving, and he says, you've saved me $1 million baht. This is how my point is. We will screen the client first.
Right.
Because some people, they might have it in their heads.
Exactly. People come with,
An idea.
of course, not full knowledge about what the thing they say.
Exactly.
You as a developer, we as an we should uh, tell them the right things and take
Our
them the
job,
right way.
our job is
Our
to
job.
find the right unit for them. Whether they're thinking sometimes, no, when they adamant, I'm going to sit in my balcony all day, no problem. Look, we don't stop people, but we try to help people to find what's correctly for them, you know. And he says, wow, thank you so much. I never, I says, no problem. And it's anyway, and again, I says, if you want to see views during the weekend, for example, or whatever, you can sit up on the rooftop, look out. And you probably, the guy sitting beside you has probably paid for a sea view, and he's probably doing the exact same thing as you are doing, you know. And and there's
That's a practical solution for
Yes.
absolutely. So exactly, and this is what we do here. It's not just to force them into the highest unit, the highest price. No, we find what's good for the client and for the investor. You know what I mean? So that's
And I totally believe in honesty. That's important.
and that's how I always work. Look, even if I want to tell lies, I'm a very bad liar because my memory is not so good. so no, that's the truth. Like, so, and plus, look, it's not how I do my business. As I said, we're very transparent. We're right down the middle.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. And again, if you have any issues, if you have any questions, we're here for you. I want to, you know what I mean? Can we go back now? I want to go back. So to go back to the building. Let's go. There you go. No, there we go. Now, so this is right on the main road. The main entrance and everything is on the main road and everything like that. We have 3 commercial units. Okay, here, and over here. Okay, so if anyone wants to create their own business, we have shops for sale for them as well. Okay, so let's. Can you skip the next page for me, please? There we go. Now, here we are. We have the lobby here. Okay, the lobby itself is over 300 square meters. If you look at the picture, you can see it's like a sense of freedom. You know, like it's like a form of meditation we're trying to create. Like just kind of
Design itself says.
yes, the design exactly. John, you go into some places, it's a bit harsh. You know, cold or whatever. we try to give this like warm feeling and everything like that. Now, the lobby itself, so will be like a 7-star lobby. Inside the lobby also, we will have a restaurant, like a German, I think, what did he say, German or French style kind of restaurant where you have breakfast, lunch and everything like that. So it's perfect for the residents and everything like that to come down in the morning and have a nice breakfast and what have you not. Okay, and of course then you have shop A, shop B and shop D that are the commercial units here.
The shop must be in the roadside.
Be outside on the it'll be on the main road there, like beside it'll be beside the lobby and stuff like that. So very good location if you want to do like any sort of business because it's people can see you.
Exactly. Second is becoming the very
Absolutely.
What size are we looking at?
One is 74 and 88 square meters, and the other one is the smallest one has been around 55, 56 square meters. So they're good sizes. They're not bad sizes. And of course, then we have a car park behind the lobby. The car park is inside the building, basically. We didn't go underground. We went inside the building because easier. The parking. Now, one of the questions people always ask me: do I get one car parking for one unit? Here in Pattaya, not really. It's not like Bangkok, in Bangkok you pay for your car parking. Here we don't charge. We will usually calculate around 35% of the project for the car spaces and motorbikes and stuff. With the standard is around 25%, but we increased it to around 35% to make more spaces. We have like 1.5 car spaces. As you can see, it's almost the whole land. The land itself is sitting on 7 rai of land, which what's 7 rai? I don't know how many. 12,000 square meters. The car parking itself will be around 6 rai of land, so which will be around 10,000 square meters. So it's a lot of cars parking.
The covered parking.
Absolutely, of course, it's inside. It's inside, and in the parking, of course, because with the new with technology of the cars these days, the EVs and everything, we will have electrical points and everything like that. For now, who's to say what's going to happen in 5 years? Because they're changing very quickly. You know, like, so with the EVs, who knows, it could be hydro next, I don't know. So, and of course, we also have like 8 lifts here and here, all right, to bring people off, plenty of lifts to bring people up and down, especially because the amount of units we have is around 970 units, give or take, okay? And also, we also have a panorama lift. A panorama lift is a glass lift.
It's from outside.
It'll be outside, of course, but it's inside the project because when it brings you up, you will see the big swimming pool, the outdoor pool, which I'll show you, and all the other facilities as you're going up along. Oh, it only goes up as far as the 4th floor. But go on, can we go to the next one? Thank you, please. And when I told you it's a high-rise resort, the reason is we have a pool from outside pool, which goes from here to here, which is around 70 to 80 meters, which is good length. And from the width then is around 35 meters in width. Perfect. Now remember, in the middle, you on the 6th floor up, you will have building A to come in. Okay. Anyone that buys on the ground floor, well, technically it's on the pool view. It's on the 2nd floor. Will have direct pool access. That means is you open up your balcony and you can go straight into the pool. Happy days. Enjoy the moment. It's unbelievable, yeah? Now, over on the far side here, you will see what is called water terrace. Now, I call it the symphony orchestra.
All right.
Why I call it a symphony orchestra? Because it's a symphony orchestra actually made of marble with statues, a bit like Italian style. Okay? I'll show you in a few minutes what I'm talking about. And then we will have like nice water terrace all around the symphony orchestra for the kids and everything like that to play around. Wonderful. Now, in the pool also, we will have islands for people to sunbathe and stuff like that. Islands to relax. And of course, we will have a nice Moet bar, like Moet, like champagne kind of bar. We'll have that there, so you can have by the pool. You can sip. Now we'll have we'll have champagne. We'll have cocktails. We'll have all sorts of stuff there as well. Okay. Then down along here, of course, you'll have the decking area and everything, which is very, very stylish with the black and white and the curves, which I'll show you in a minute. Now, let me get onto the facilities, which most people want to know. For anyone that has young kids, we have what is called a junior league. It's like a little creche for the kids to run around, go to sleep, you know what I mean, do their own little thing, while the parents can still enjoy the pool while the creche, because it's on the same floor as the pool, okay, which is ideal. Then we have like an outdoor party lawn. It's like a function room, open air function room. Like John hotels, you have the function room. This is like an open air function room, I call it.
That exists for all.
Absolutely, for all residents. All the facilities will belong to the clients. Okay, we build it for the clients, not for us. We build it for them. It belongs to them. So if they want to have a party, they want to invite guests, they can come here to the open air function room or open air party garden if they want. Okay. Then we have like if you have any older kids, of course, because they don't want to be with the smaller kids, we have a games room, like a VR room, virtual reality room, or PlayStation room. So you'll have a few headsets of VR, and we'll have a few TVs with the screens to play the PlayStation or whatever that's out there now at this day and age, to keep them busy, like foosball as well, will everything keep them occupied. Then we have, it says team game room, but I've changed that to like a co-working space here. Okay, I've changed it. It's like a co-working area because we need one for people, again, digital nomads and everything.
How
like
big the
that.
space should be?
It'll be around 50, 60 square meters, something like that. So it's good size.
For 10, 15 people to work.
Exactly. Then we have something which is very creative, an innovative lounge. What that means is, I call it like fun education. What it means is like, it's kind of putting pieces together. Like people that want, like teenagers maybe thinking about becoming an engineer or architect or something. But it's like puzzles. We want people to use their memory as well, use their brain also, rather than just the computer games. So like you might get 3D models and you have to put it together and stuff like that. All this stuff. It's like fun learning.
The fun engagement.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is quite important. So we want people to use this, and because look, we understand the technology is taking over in a big way. A lot of people don't use their brain, unfortunately, anymore, because you have ChatGPT and unfortunately, it's heading that way. So we have to we want to keep that balance with the technology and still we have to still to use our brain. So
let me know the exact fact when we talk about more amenities. People ask, what is the maintenance? Are you going to charge maintenance?
Okay, I will. Do you know what? Every time I start on this, is how much is the maintenance? Let me finish first, and then I will show you what it is. And it's not as expensive as people think it is. Now, let's get back. Now I have another thing. We have a hydro swim flow. What that is this is like to help people who cannot swim. It's to kind of help them be confident in the water, how to swim and everything like that. Like, so it's like a big bathtub, but with water flowing and help you to swim. So it's kind of help people to swim a little bit and everything like that. Yeah, exactly. Just kind of so the flow, so you can't drown. It just build confidence and everything like that. Now, here's the pictures that the concept, the idea. Can you go up a tiny bit? Up. Yeah. Down, low. Now, over here, I don't know if you can see clearly. You can see my symphony orchestra. Yeah. Maybe in the center, then we have the islands like this, but without the dome, of course. This is just the concept, the idea. Of course, we will try and replicate everything that I show you here. Like, do you get me? The Moet bar over here. And of course, you'll have this inside the pool. You'll have a sunken seats where you'll have the water surround you, but you'll actually be sitting on a sofa inside the pool, basically. We'll have all of this and a water terrace and everything like that, like this over here. Okay. Move on. And this is the decking area. As you can see, look at the design, the black and white. Can you go back? The design, it looks like classic meets modern. Right. That's what we're trying to aim for, like, you know what I mean? As you can see, it's luxury already, like, you know. Okay, next. And okay, here we have on the third floor, we have is what you call a cave pool. Okay, it's a cave. Now, in have you been to Phi Island?
Phoebe, yeah.
Okay, or in Mexico? Have you been to Mexico? Okay, there's a place in Mexico they call it. Do you know the caves where you have the opening? What they call it? What? Cenotes, cenotes. So we tried to kind of replicate that. So we tried to create a cave where it's not just any cave. I'll go back and I'm not finished yet. It's where people. It's a cave where you have an opening where the sunlight will actually.
Lights start
Right.
coming down.
The light will shine in. The sun will shine in, and we'll have a waterfall, and everything will come down, and everything like that. Spectacular. Then we will have the gym beside the cave. The gym, again, of course, will be over 200 square meters plus. We'll have all the machines, and we're going to include a boxing ring this time, a Muay Thai ring, Muay Thai for people, and there'll be trainers there and everything like that. So people want to do practice in Muay Thai and stuff like that. So it's good. And then we have a holistic spa. Holistic spa will contain like of almost 3 rooms. One room is like you sit in it. It's all this lighting and like meditation. It's where you just sit down, have a nice beat, to soothe the soul, soothe the brain, soothe the mind, and you just relax, take the stress away. Once you're finished that meditation, then you can go into the spa. The spa, then of course, we all know what the spa does: cleansing and everything, keep your skin nice and clean. Then after that, you finish. Then we will have a sauna. But inside this, not just any sauna. It's like a futuristic sauna. It's the only way I can describe it. We'll have TV screens and everything inside the sauna, give that positive vibe going and everything like that inside the sauna. And people, so when you come out, like you say, wow, just feel blessed.
Refresh yourself.
Absolutely, you're cleansed. That's it, and that's what we want. Because look, people work hard. You know what I mean? And when people come to Thailand, they want to relax. Yes, we will party as well, but with the partying, we need to kind of keep that fine balance. That's where we come in. Okay, all right, James, we can move next. Now, this is if you can see clearly.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is the pictures of the cave pool and everything like that. Okay, again, it's the concept, but this is the similar idea what we're trying to create. Okay, again, this is unique. Again, I don't.
All
Right,
this,
I was about to say that.
There's nothing like this in the market what we're providing at the moment. Okay, so go on, James, move on next, and then we will move to the 4th floor. Okay, on the 4th floor, we will have of course, we'll have a garden outside. People can relax, and then we have a floating yoga lotus pond. It's like, especially in the morning, you're doing your yoga pretty much in the pool. You know what I mean? So you can do it early morning or early or late afternoon when it's much, much cooler, obviously, do you get me? And of course, then we will have jacuzzis looking out over onto the swimming pool, okay, which again is unique. Remember, in the swimming pool, you'll also have the building A, so you'll have a tunnel almost. So going in and around like that. So again, it's something very, very different. So, okay, James. And then, remember I told you earlier on, I says I have 1.5 car spaces. Yeah. Now, underneath the main car park, I call it the basement, I have another car park. Okay. I've changed the design a little bit on this to make the car space more bigger. Of course, this is because we've done a few little 1 or 2 changes. I'll send you the correct plan once everything's finished, but we do everything for the better. Of course. In here then, James, can you jump? Yeah, perfect. We will provide like a romantic crystal maze jacuzzi. What it means is like when you come into the crystal maze here, it'll be like a maze. You'll bring your girlfriend or your wife in, nice and romantic. Like to go to each jacuzzi, it's like you won't be able to see each. Yeah, it's like a maze to go to it. All crystal lighting all around and everything like that. So it's kind of a little bit different.
No, of course.
Yeah, and then we have the Himalayan salt cave. So where it's like a sauna, but it'll be all blocks of salt all around. You know about the Himalayan, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It cleanses the skin, the sinuses, and everything like that. So that we put that in there, and then we will have a never-ending world. Have you ever been to Japan? Okay, basically in Japan, you walk into this room, it's like flowers, but they've had like a 360-degree screen going around, and it's showing all lights and colourful and everything. You're there, wow, this is amazing. So we're going to replicate that, but make it better. What I mean is, usually in Japan, like this is all around. It's all positivity, you know. Instead of walking, we're going to put a pool in there, a round pool. So when you're sitting in the pool bed, so you're just floating there. You have a 360-degree view of a screen going all the way around, showing you all mountains or the Himalayas, you know, galaxies,
Like
you know,
planet.
planetarians. All it's just like, again, it's another form of meditation, but in a different kind of way, where you're, this is beautiful. This is
Lose your conscience.
yes, exactly. Yeah, we want to bring people to another level. You know what I mean? And yeah, and that's it. That's what we have there as well. So salt caves and
There are a lot of things.
exactly. So there's a bit of everything, especially with a lot of stuff for the kids. There's stuff for the men and the women and everything like that. So that's what we try to create.
I think this project have everything people can expect.
What
Um,
next?
Doesn't matter how old are you, kids,
Young, old, seniors.
something for everyone.
We're acquaintance to everyone.
The unit will just be an extra
All right.
The-
after you.
yeah. Basically, the unit is just a topping on the cake,
Right.
icing on the cake, as I say.
Yeah.
you know?
Now I think we should disclose about the.
No. Let's go back to your question earlier on. Okay. The transfer fee is normally 2%, but because I'm a generous guy, we will share the cost
Yes. The
50-50. So it's 1%, 1%. Okay. But the client will pay 1%. We will pay 5.3%. That's what we pay. Just to let you know. Then we have is what you call a sinking fund.
Sinking fund, yeah.
You know what this
I
is?
know.
It's a one-time payment. It's for anyone that doesn't know. It's a one-time payment. It's to kind of to keep the building maintained. So if anything breaks down later on, the gym breaks down. Instead of knocking on everyone's door, guys, we need money to fix the gym or whatever. The fund is already in place. And remember, there's always a committee in the project. So anyone that buys can be part of that committee. So they can decide where everything goes. Not us,
Exactly.
the clients. They're the ones that decide where
They
everything.
see the money, how the money is used.
Exactly. So we build this for the clients, not for us. So because they own this. Because once the project is finished and complete and everything's transferred, we hand everything over to the residents. And just everything clear, it's a 5-year warranty on the structure of the building, inside, outside, whatever it is. Okay, and a 1-year warranty for the components inside the unit. Okay, so that's what how people can feel protected. Yeah. And so sinking fund we're at. So the maintenance is 68 baht per square meter.
68.
8 baht. Yeah.
All right.
Please remember, like we try to forecast because this project, Embassy Life, will finish in December 2027.
Right.
Okay, so you have 5 years. Remember, everything goes up. Or 29, sorry, correction. Embassy, first one, 27.
27.
Embassy Life, 29. Thanks. I thought I said 29, but the end of 29. But it's 5 years from now,
All right.
or 4 and a half years. Everything goes up in price. Inflation is always constantly going up. So we think this is a fair price.
So how about the sinking part? Is the same for every customers, or let's say somebody is buying 2 unit or 1 unit? How we calculate?
No, everything's the same. Whether they buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, they still have to pay. Because remember, that money doesn't come to us. That goes into the project. That goes into the juristic where they can control it and everything. So they calculate everything per unit. It's 600 baht per per square meter.
Right.
So that's how you calculate it. It's always a little bit less than the maintenance.
Of course, that's a one-time payment only.
It's a one-time payment only, and it's for their benefit. It's for the client's benefit that where that money goes, you know. And yeah, we will probably start construction then, probably about a year from now, to tell you the truth. Like, you know what I mean. So that's why we have everything is in process for the building permits and everything like that.
Already you got a year.
Not for embassy, yes. Embassy life, not yet, because we're still finishing off the final touches before we send off. Now, let's go back. Oh, they don't have the building permits. No problem. Well, as I said, this will be project number 16. However, we state in the contract, if worst case scenario, for whatever reason, I don't like to talk about it, but I have to, but people will ask you, what happens if they don't get the building permit? What happens? We give the money back. Finish the story. But look, I'm not in the business to start giving money back. Of course not. Look, as I said, we're 20 years in the market. We have all the right people in the right places to make things happen in the city hall and stuff like that. Like, you know, because they know who we are. We work very closely with all of them. We do everything.
Yeah, when you have a logical projects, everything is in place. No question of
exactly. So that's why it's good for the investors to come in now, to tell you the truth, because I will be increasing prices. I'm waiting for proper renderings, which I will send to you in the next few weeks. Once I get them, I increase the prices slowly, not dramatically, but slowly. I'll gradually increase the prices and the investors will be happy also.
Of course, that's
you get me. It's the whole idea. Now, now people ask me, Patrick, from start to finish, how much does the prices go up?
Yes.
Around, and I tell them it's around 30% from the day you book now till the end. Now, that's been within reason. Now, the prices look...
Exactly. You know, I have been telling a lot of customers that if you want to buy only for the make money or quick, you know, appreciations, buy under construction projects. Because it's give you 30-40% revenue up in advance.
In advance, if you want to rent it out then as well on top of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you've already the values.
Yeah. Also, the best part is investor get a payment plan. Like you don't need to pay all together when you buy.
And I want to say something now here is our prices are one of the best prices in the city at the moment. All the other developers, you can check it out.
Yes.
They're around 160,000 a square meter average price, okay? Right. Starting. Mm-hmm. Our average price for the whole project is around 120,000.
That's really a good price.
It's a good price. It's no, it won't stay but that's the trajectory that I'm aiming for at the moment. Yeah. No, but for the whole lot, that's what if I can get 120, 130, I'm very, very happy. Right. You know, because that's what we're trying to do.
I think this is the right time to put your money in this under construction project. And when you see such a reputed developer, so without thinking, giving second thought, put your money. I insist my customers
absolutely
put your money here to see how fast it grows.
And we have I tell you what, I have many clients overseas that haven't even seen the.
Of course, when customers see a 20 years experience and a lot of successful projects, all projects making high ROI, and as I mentioned, I mentioned already, Parkland and Empire, they're so popular in renting.
Absolutely, yeah. Most of the projects there, Park Lane, Paradise Park, Amazon, even Orient, it's Empire, full of rentals.
Good locations.
Location is good, easy access for everybody. The shops are nearby and everything like that. That's the kind of the key elements that a lot of people look for. Right. What's around my area, you know, that's... Yeah. And of course...
It's again, if people have ifs and buts are everywhere.
Yeah, I think... Kunal, if you have...
As you rightly said, just look at the footprint,
that's it. Look, we can't please people all the time, but I guaranteed anyone that comes into the showroom, they will leave very happy, whether they buy or not. That's the key elements that we want to provide. We want, as I say, we want to provide a service for you guys, for your clients to make the process a smooth but a happy occasion for everybody. Because at the end of the day, when you buy something, you want to feel happy and proud. And this is what we want to give to the feeling to your clients, to everyone that
It's
comes
not
here.
only the business, you're creating happiness for people.
Absolutely. Connecting people, that's the word. That's the
Blessings.
Yeah.
that's the word. It's to connect with people. And as I say, I always say to all my clients, if you're in Pattaya, whether they buy or if they've already bought even for 10 years, pop in and say hello. Let's have a coffee.
Yes.
Give you an example. Last week, one guy came in. I haven't met him in about 7 years. He bought in Paradise Park. Paradise Park now. It finished in 2013 or something like that. But when we talked, it was like we met each other yesterday. Do you know, it was that connection. That's the connection that we build. He goes, wow, you're from Bahrain. And he goes, oh, brother, I haven't seen you in years, but you're still the same. You know,
Exactly.
it's,
That should be the
and
the
us,
connection.
yeah, and us, of course, we don't change. We look, we're a happy company.
You know, one thing I realize when you sell something to customer, they come from another country, another place, but when they buy, he live nearby you.
Exactly.
You see his face every day.
That's very, very
And
true.
he cannot say anything wrong because he got to live with you.
Because when they're so far away, but yet they're so close.
Yes.
Because we're in communication all the time. And now, when we start construction, we update all the clients monthly, because there's no point doing it weekly, like, you know. So every month they'll get an update report on the project and everything, so they know exactly what's going on. Take away that fear if it's going to build or not or whatever. So we're in contact with the client all the time. And I said to the client also, I says, look, guys, something can go wrong at any time. If you have difficulty financially, we're not here to cancel any units. We will work with you. If you need, like, oh, Patrick, I need a couple of months to make a next payment, no problem. Just let us know.
Yeah.
This is the most important is communication. If you bury your head in the sand and ignore us, look, we won't stay around forever for you, waiting for you. Like, do you get me? But as I say, we're not here to cancel anything. We will work with the client. This is the most important. Because listen, things can happen in life.
Exactly. When financial things and when you come to another country, you know, financials.
Let me
I
give-
saw some example is with my customer. They have money, but the country they live, they have restriction of sending money.
Send them money. So
These are the practical hurdles
Hurdles.
customers feel, and that time we are the people to help them.
help them to get the money out. During COVID, for example, people were struggling with businesses. So what we did, we froze all payments. You know what I mean? We froze the payments, but we did say, look, try. If we finish on time, you still have to pay the final balance. And I said, Patrick, thank you very much, because some of them have the business, you know, they live day by day or whatever, and if the shop is shut down, they have no income.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. We work with the clients rather than we don't need. No, this is our way. You need to work. No, we work with them, even with the payment plan. Just go back to the payment plan. Is like we have choices for them. You can pay monthly, every 3 months, or every 6 months the installments, whatever's comfortable to you. If they're overseas, for example, I'd recommend every 3 months to every 6 months to save the charges and stuff like that. Like, you know, so that's what I mean. As some other developers will say, no, this is my plan. You have to stick by this. That's not how I work. Okay, I'm more flexible.
Exactly, and giving
on
more comfort to
things.
the customers.
Absolutely. So, guys,
Yeah, I think you elaborate everything
I hope
so
so.
nicely, and I'm going to share this to my people, my network, my agents, and whoever watch this video. I'm sure they're going to
I
come
hope-
to us and
I hope
at least
so.
for come to have a coffee with us. Sure.
absolutely. Look, there's no obligation. Come in and have a look. We don't bite. We're very friendly. We're open. We'll sit down, have a cup of coffee. We'll show you what we have.
Exactly.
If you like it, great. If you don't like it, great. You know what I
of
mean?
course.
But honestly, I don't see any grey area here.
No, of course not. No. But just
Only one thing, we only have 900 units.
Yeah, that's it's limited.
So this is the right time to
That's
book the unit.
As soon as possible.
you just reminded me something there. For investors, yeah, I say, guys, look, I see developers now building like 2,000 apartments, 3,000 apartments. Look, look, and the projects are very nice. Don't get me wrong, but as an investor, I would never buy in there because I tell you why. Number one, it's difficult. If you want to rent out, your rent is going to be low because you're competing against 2,000 or 3,000 apartments.
Yes.
Think about it, and there's someone always going to be cheaper than you. The value of your condo will also go down because there's someone competition is high. With the boutique project like ours, I think ours like boutique. It's less than 1,000. It's not. It's the right amount.
Right amount.
Right amount. Not just saying that, but realistically, you can see because everyone will maintain that level. Hence, like in Empire, for example, everyone is renting at that same level, 20,000 plus. Do you get me? No one's dropping it down to 15 or 12,000. Nothing like that. They don't need to. This is the thing. They don't need to do it like this. You know what I mean? And again, as I said, we provide a service. Like for your investors, I don't know if you do rentals or not.
Yeah, I do.
If you do, I don't want to take that business away from you. That's the other side of things. This is how we work. So you understand, I know I have the concierge service. They can still use the concierge service, but they don't have to use the rental side because you can that's your side of the things where you can help, which is good because you can help your client also, which is very, very good because at the end of the day, guys, we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to help each other and help everyone.
It's just selling dreams. If it
Exactly.
Do the right thing.
We work together, try to make comfort to
Yeah.
customers.
Yeah.
If I have something, I offer. If I don't have,
And you know what? It's the right thing. It's the good thing we're doing for people. That's what I love about this job is you meet new people all the time, good people.
yeah, I think you would you mind to conclude this?
Yeah.
No, I would just say we're all lucky. We're at the right place at the right time, and
Yeah.
I've asked people to be at the same spot.
Yeah, all right. I would say thank you once again to
No.
Patrick, to John, to Kunal, and of course.
Absolutely. My pleasure. It was a pleasure doing this with you guys. And I hope to see you in the next coming days, weeks, months.
Definitely, and I'm going to make this kind of video with different projects from you to be more connect with the customers,
Absolutely.
to more connect with this investor.
You're
who
always
really-
welcome here. You need to make videos of the showroom, please. Come and make videos if you want to do. If you need to do a live video for your client, because I see a lot of agents coming.
Yes.
More than welcome. Our doors are always open for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. And we'll
Thank you so
conclude.
much.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Okay, bye bye. We can stop that now.